Hello there, hello there, hello there, YouTubes. How the devil are we all? I'm very well. Thank you for asking. You go up, down, down, around, merry go round and round, shake it 2 times, just a do, cat now, you run around, put me down, never gonna come around, I'm never gonna forget you. I've had a song stuck in my head that I haven't listened to in about 15 years, but it is a belter. Yes. There you go. Face stabber. Rome is overrated, and Nero didn't actually fiddle while it burned. It's a common phrase, isn't it? I wanted to kind of get across the idea that I'm going to waste everybody's time, and indeed waste my own time, watching shite whilst in matters of importance are happening. Do I even want to know what you were just doing? No, you don't. If you don't know, now you know. And I can't say the next word because it comes from a rap song, and that next word is the N word. It's from a Biggie Smalls tune. And if you don't know, well, now you know. N word, N word, N word. Wouldn't have had quite the same impact if he'd actually said N word instead of, the word. Anyway. Yes. Can you say hi to James? Not the one from the internet, the one in the middle of the desert. He's going through a tough time and watches your stuff. The one in the middle of the desert? Do I know a James in the middle of the desert? What's that? What? I mean, hi James in the middle of the desert, but what the fuck are you talking about? Is this a thing? Is this a meme I've missed? Are you Semyon Timoshenko? I don't know who that is. Are you people are confusing? I'm going to have to fucking Google that now. What is this? Okay. So, General Timoshenko. Yes, right. Fuck, I didn't know his first name. No, I'm not. I'm not that person. Why would I be that person? What? Fogel, you can't hit me with, can you say hello to a person in the middle of the desert and then go silent on me? You can't do it to me. It's not allowed, it's against the rules, and it's definitely illegal. And if you don't answer me very soon, I'm going to have to send you to prison for at least forever. And then maybe longer after that, we'll see how it goes. It's a James you don't know. Okay. Well, that's very weird then that you've given me that one piece of information about them. Hi, James. Apparently you're called James and you live you live in the desert or something? I don't know why you're in the desert. Or I don't know which desert you're even in. Would that be doxing? If you said someone's in the Sahara, like that's not really doxing, is it? Because that's a big-ass place. I mean, it is technically narrowing it down, but like, I don't think if you give it like, if you can still like saying someone's in Europe, well, that's fucking huge. Well, like, what does that fucking mean? You're not going to track anyone down with that information. So apparently, there's a person called James who's a fan who doesn't chat, who listens to my stuff. Hello there, James. Inadvertently, you have caused great confusion for me, which I hope gives great enjoyment to you. In your times of desert-based thirst or whatever. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Who does shit in a desert? Leave the desert is my advice. Does he go to another school in Canada? Is there a desert in Canada? I don't think there's a desert in Canada. Hang on, I'm fucking read. Oh, Jesus, right. Is there a desert in Canada? Canada has some desert-like landscape. Don't fuck with me, Google. I didn't ask you if they got some desert-like conditions. Do they have a fucking desert, you pricks? But scientists don't often agree on what makes an ecosystem a true desert because of the country's high rainfall. If it's got loads of rain, it's not a fucking desert. It's dead. Okay? It's over. The US has multiple states that are basically desert. Well, that is true. And it has several more that are cultural deserts as well, but we won't go into it. Although this one seems to disagree. The Okanagan Desert is the common name for a semi-arid scrubland located in the southwest region of the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia and Washington. It is centered around the city of Osceola, and it's only semi-arid scrubland in Canada. It's got fucking no. It's not. I'm not asking for semi-arid. It's not. That's not a fucking desert. It's not a desert. Eat my dick. Oh yeah, in Gulf, yeah. Okay. Deserts can be in snowy areas since the Division River. Exactly. That's the point. Antarctica is a massive desert because no fucking rain falls there. They've literally done fucking ice core exploration and found there are parts of that area that haven't had rain for tens of thousands of years. So it's a desert. I'm fine with that. A desert doesn't have to be hot. I didn't mention temperature. It's rainfall. Semi-arid is not arid. It's semi-arid. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye. I have had a shit day today. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if my cantankerousness has come through at all. But I have had an absolute shithouse of a day. So my preparation for this stream has been trying not to kill everyone in the entire world. Thankfully, I did manage to achieve that, which is nice. I only killed some people. I'm only joking. I killed no people. So, yeah. So so basically, we're going to watch some shit. You'll see what I'm doing. Anyway, if you enjoy my content, you can hit the follow button. You can subscribe. You can subscribe with the Amazon Primes. You can gift subs to the community. You can do bits messages. 200 bits or more gets you a text to speech. You can do super chats for the Streamlabs link below. Thank you, Fogel. Thank you very much, you horny Austrian bastard. Anyway, where was I? You come like that stand-up murderer. I'm the lyrical gangster murderer. Excuse me, Mr. Officer, murderer. Thank you, Super Tiny, with the £2 super chat. It says, "Hi Kev, here's a couple of quid." That is literally true. That is a couple of pounds in sterling. Yes, and I appreciate that enormously. Thank you. For £2, I don't know if I'm going to give you a full hand job for £2, but I'd probably slip a finger up your arse for a couple of quid. I reckon. I'd let you piss on my leg. Why did my brain go there? Oh, that's just weird. So glad my dad doesn't listen to this. You probably freaked out. You give me a couple of quid and I've just said some really gross shit. Well, I appreciate that, thank you. There you go, it came through on the thing anyway. But there we go. If you want a game of warm leg, we're all good. Well, you say that you want high political ads. I get it.
Lord Freetairs donated $5. Hey Kevin, are you the British economy? 'Cause I'd like to give you a weak pound.
Heyo. I was about to say, are you the British economy? Because I'd like to cosplay as Rachel Reeves and have weird sex with you or something. I thought that's where it was going to go, but you didn't. You went with the joke, and I appreciate that. You didn't make it weird. To be fair, leg peeing is a historic tradition. What the fuck? The The whitest kids you know.
I say, sir, you seem to be peeing upon my leg.
Huh? What's all this?
Good sir, you seem to be peeing upon my leg.
Huh? Well, it seems to me that your leg's in the way of my peace tree.
Yes, well, I'm...
To be fair, they're both correct in a way. And I appreciate that. Where the fuck was I? I've been distracted with generosity and confusion. Yeah, you can do super chats for the Streamlabs link below. As you just heard, that's what that was. The £5 thing with the weak pound. There you go. And thank you for that. Yes, you can help me out on Patreon and PayPal. You can hit me up on the Discord, YouTube, Blue Sky, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. If you're on YouTube, hello there, YouTuberinos. You can do the free stuff, which is to like the stream, not like the stream, thumbs up, drop an atomic bomb on the fucking thumbs up button. Commit absolute acts of genocidal war crimes freakery on the subscription button as well. You should subscribe. And then you can also become a member for 99 pence. You can give subs to the community. You can do super chats. That's also a thing. You can also do what are the other things you can do? There are other things. There's like a super thanks, and there's like stickers or some shit. Can someone in my audience explain how I'm supposed to explain that to my audience? I mean, I could look at it, right? Like YouTube provides you with all the bump to understand it, but I'm not fucking reading that. It's pages of shite. I don't care. I'm too busy trying to
stop it. Get some help.
To stop it and get some help. It's true. Thank you, Western9, for resubscribing. Much love. 34 months and 20 months for Vogel, respected. That is 54 months between you. Get help. And we're on a hype train. If we get to level 2 of the hype train, I will finger... Who was it again? I've forgotten your fucking name. I will finger Super Tiny Bob again. I will do that. I presume they're into it. I presume they're into it because they've just gifted a sub as well on the thing. So, like, I presume they're into being fingered. So, if you want to make that happen... Actually, it's not even Bob, it's 808. Fuck it, you can be... I'm calling you Super Tiny Bob. That's your nickname now, okay? Super Tiny Bob will be getting my pinky in the shit. Presumptuous to assume they've got an anus. They could be absolutely ani free. I don't know. But I am making that assumption, and I won't be taking it back. Thank you, Lord Fritus, for gifting a sub. Yes, much love. Yeah, if you want to make the hype train go choo-choo, bits and subs are the way to do that. Thank you, Super Tiny Bob, for gifting a sub. No, I want the leg thing. Well, hang on, this is not a democracy, Bob. Super Tiny Bob, this is not a democracy. You don't get to choose from a smorgasbord of weird sex stuff, okay? You're getting fingered, mate. Come to terms with it. If you want the P thing, that costs extra. Come on now. 2 gems from last week. Oh no, I did offer, didn't I? For the okay, yeah. You know what? How about we double up? How about you can piss on me while I finger you? All's fair, you know? Why limit ourselves when you can do both? Ah, I've already got one of them. 255 AD / Clem Fandango / Clem H Fandango. Not only can I hear you, but I've literally already got the second of those videos lined up. It's going to be the first thing we watch tonight. I haven't got any more. You don't need any more money. We're pissing, we're fingering. It's going to be, frankly, a smelly wasteland. God almighty. What am I doing? What the fuck am I doing with my life? But that only happens if we get to level 2 of the hype train, and that hype train has not gone choo-choo yet. You know what to do. Kev, why are you pissing on people and telling them it's raining? I'm not telling them it's raining, I'm telling them I'm pissing on them. I fingered all of your mums. Why does anyone watch this? This is garbage. Look, I feel kind of bad for No Justice MTG, right? Because I'm clearly capable of, like, doing political discourse and stuff. So, like, when we do our streams together, like, I can do proper political blah, blah, blah. And I can also call, you know, fascist cunts and stuff. So that's nice. Like, not everyone gets that. It's fine. But then, so people come over to my stream, right? Like, she'll say, "I'll go and follow Kevin." People will come over and, you know, she raids into me. So she's sort of putting her trust in me as a content creator to, like, expose her audience to me, right? And then they come over here, and I'm talking about fingering people and pissing on their legs and stuff. It's just weird. That is a stiff dick of poo. It is. It's weird. That's a sound alert on my fucking channel. She's got ones that are like, I'm literally a communist. Like, she's got, like, politics and stuff. I'm all over the place. Thank you very much, Miss Bobby Pin, for becoming a member on the Yam Tubes. Thank you, Lord Fritos, for gifting a subby sub. We are on level 2 of the hype train. So all I'm going to say to Bob is, Super Tiny Bob, lube up. Lube up, because the pinky's coming. Okay? Let's go. I wonder why companies don't think I'm advertiser friendly. I was going to cover a bit of British politics. I won't, because it's honestly the most boring thing ever. But it sort of seems like Keir Starmer might be trying to sort of undo a bit of Brexit, which, like, whatever. But it would involve us having to watch a press conference involving Keir Starmer and Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany. And they might be the single most boring pair of people that have ever existed. They are so boring, I don't think any pussy can ever get wet again. Okay? They are the pussy dryness singularity. Those two men meeting and talking in the same room have ensured that sexual arousal is now literally impossible for all of humanity. So I'm not going to put you through that. I'm just not. It's too boring for words. So instead, we're going to watch an Australian talk shit. How's about that? Hang on, come on now. Nope, that's not the right one. Boom. Bad Empanada, who is a crazy motherfucker. An absolute fucking goose, right? He's done a video called Voting During the Genocide. I have no idea what he says in it. Like I say, my entire approach to this video is basically just, it's whatever. It's basically just, yeah, let's just watch some fucking garbage. I am very much the pork scratchings of political content. Fatty as fuck, but you know what? Occasionally, when you're in the mood, they hit just right. Anyway, let's hear what this freak has to say.
Hey, let's talk about voting, specifically in regards to the ongoing discussions regarding voting in the upcoming US presidential.
I don't know if he is still in Argentina. Didn't he get kicked out of Argentina? I don't know. It's difficult to know with him. Because he's much like a fascist in many respects. He wraps everything up that he says in sort of layers of irony. So it's impossible to know whether he was ever actually seriously kicked out of Argentina or whether that was like a bit he was doing. I don't know. And I don't care. He's still in Argentina. How? So he was bullshitting then when he said he got kicked out. What an absolute fucking moose.
Election. You know, the exact same discussion from 2016 and 2020. Now, in general, my stance on...
I don't know if Milei kicked him out, but Milei, did you see that one of his head honcho people in the Argentine parliament, I don't know what to call them, a senator or something? Anyway, in Argentina was found in possession of child pornography and has now fled the country. Who'd have thunk it? A libertarian ancapoid who was into fucking kiddie porn. I am shocked. Shocked, I say. Well, not that shocked. In fact, I literally expected this. Yeah.
Elections where all the options suck is that if you don't have any other more pressing commitments on the day, you might as well just head down to the polls and vote. Just spend a couple of hours voting for whoever it is that you consider to be the least bad. Don't waste any of your time actually advocating for or supporting the candidates or anything like that. Rather, just show up and vote if you're able to, because, you know, why not? I'm not gonna...
So this is, I think, him trying to head off the anti-electoralism argument. But what I'm going to guess he does, because I don't know, I haven't seen this. What I'm going to guess that he does is now spend the rest of the video basically completely undermining the point he's just made, or the supposed position he holds. Is what I would think is going to happen now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm cynical. Maybe you're thinking, Kev, you cynical old cunt, shut the fuck up and let us watch the video. Which is a bit aggressive. I don't know where you needed to go to that place. Like, that seems quite personal. Are you okay? Like, you snapped quite easily there. A relatively mild provocation. You should seek help. Therapy, maybe. I don't know. Thank you, everyone, for the hype train. Much love. Much love.
Gonna break your balls over it if you don't, though. But this time around, in regards to the US election, there's another factor. The ongoing Gaza genocide. The present US government led...
How is this another factor? This was already going on. Like, it's more viscerally intense than it was in, say, previous elections, but the US supporting the genocidal actions of the Israeli state has been a constant in American politics for 50 plus years now. That's not really a new concept, is it? Both parties, to varying degrees, are just going to continue that policy. Okay? Like, that's fucked up, but that isn't going to change anytime soon.
By Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is very deeply implicated in this genocide to far beyond the level of criminal responsibility. Of course, we all know that they are very unlikely to face the consequences that they very much deserve, but in a just world, we would not be talking about Harris's election bid right now. We'll be talking about whether it'll be 500 or 5,000 life sentences. There is this reality tonight.
Oh, you're so based. You're so based and clever and awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Luna Rose, for gifting a sub to the soon-to-be-fingered Super Tiny Bob. Much love.
Narrative being peddled, though, where it's pointed out that on occasion Biden and Harris have said stuff like, "Oh, gee whiz, gee willikers, that Netanyahu fella seems to be going a bit too far," and that's being trotted out as like smoking gun evidence that they are actually against the genocide, and hence you should vote for them because they will stop it. But the US has backed this genocide from the very beginning. Like, who are you guys fooling? They've done everything possible to further it both materially and diplomatically. The administration's occasional public pronouncements that appear to send a different message are public relations exercises with no actual practical material effect.
Yeah, we know. Like, who is this video for? Can I ask? Who is this video aimed at? Because there's no leftist who doesn't understand this already, right? Like, for reals, I don't see who this is going to appeal to. Yeah, we know they talk shit because they're trying to get through an election. We understand that dynamic pretty fucking well. I've factored that in already. This isn't news to me. And I don't think it is to anyone else who's, like, got eyes to see and ears to hear. Like, we know that this is the case. Fucking hell. I did 255, yes. Thank you, Luna Rose, for becoming a member. Much fucking love.
The entire point of them saying that stuff is to give their supporters a little bit of ammo so that they can point to it and say, "Hey, look, Harris said the right series of words. She's actually against the genocide, so you have no excuse not to vote for her now." While they ignore the 10 shipments of...
Again, I don't think anyone's made that argument. Again, if I'm wrong, please point it out to me. Because I always, you know me, I like low-hanging fruit. If someone's making dumb points, point it out to me and I'll fucking donk on them. But I don't think anyone's really making that argument that they're actually going to stop this. I think people have made the argument they're more likely to get a peace deal, because at least they're trying to seek a peace deal, whereas Donald Trump has literally said that they need to, quote, finish the job. In other words, they need to kill all of the Palestinians and annex all of their land. Like that's a thing that's sort of happening, you know. Thank you to Ash Crowley with $5. It says, you should watch the video Empanada did about why you as a left... Me? What? Oh no, you as a left... Oh okay, so just a generic person. I was about to say, that's fucking weird. Should vote for Trump. It's on his second channel and it's pure brain damage. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think we have to watch that one first, don't we? Oh. Where's his second channel? There we go. It's not the one that's in Spanish, is it? I hope not. Is Vosh a pedophile? Let's look at the evidence. Oh, this is a fucking gold mine. How Jakub created white people? Okay. Okay. Argentina won the Falklands War. Screw your nuance. Oh, he's a fun guy. Which one am I looking at? Hacked by Persia? No. I will always defend Israel. Which one is it that I'm supposed to be looking at here? I can't see one that's literally called "You should vote for Trump." So who am I? Who was it who said the thing? Yeah, which video is it? It should have Trump on the thumbnail. The only one I see with Trump on the thumbnail is the one that says "Hacked by Persia." I think. No, vote. Oh, here we go. Vote Trump. Right. Oh, that was from 4 weeks ago. Biden drops out. I endorse Trump for president 2024. Right. Okay. Let's. Okay. That's an ironic advert in the circumstances.
UK taxpayer money should not be funding anti-LGBT plus hate abroad.
Literally true.
Did you know that over 100...
So last week, I just gone about my business, doing a nice stream, having fun, talking about the Trump assassination, which waited until the end of my stream to almost get assassinated, which wasn't very nice of him. And then I end my stream, and Biden drops out the same fucking night. He drops out again. They're plotting against me. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are plotting against me to ensure that the things that I need to talk about on stream happen after I have already stopped streaming every time. And I'm sick of it. I am so fucking sick of it. So now we have Kamala Harris, who is doing like a Hillary Clinton
It's pronounced Kamabla. Please have some fucking respect. Thank you. Not thank you as such, but hello, lesbian hot sauce. How are we all? Everyone going for lesbian hot sauce, otherwise I will I won't do anything, if I'm entirely honest, because I mean, how would I even know? Like, I don't check. I don't even have the power to check. 8DX man has the power to check, but that's just because he is actually from Czechia, so he is a Czech, but that's a completely different meaning of that word. I'm playing upon the sound difference there, you know. He's probably not even in chat. The one time we wanted to be in chat, I mentioned him, did a joke about his nationality. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Holy fucking anus. Thank you, James Holmes, for gifting 10 subs. Much love. Does that mean it's going to... Hang on. I'm going to have to sort a thing out, because are we now going to get 10 of those noises? Okay, right. I'm going to turn the alert box off for a second. I will have to find a way where that only does that once. Because gifting 10 subs is very generous. I appreciate memberships. I appreciate it enormously. But I'm not listening to that fucking sound go off 10 times. It's not happening, okay? I'd end up fucking doing myself in. So, like, just, you know what I mean? I need to press buttons or something. I'll have to explore off air. The alert box is now back on. So, let's chill.
Sort of branding. Pokemon Go to the polls, except 2024. It's absolutely horrible. It's generally the worst thing I've ever seen. Everything about Kamala Harris, her campaign, the people who support her, give off even more secondhand embarrassment than Biden did when he was like fumbling all of his words and like forgetting where he was. Did you guys know that Kamala is brat? Oh my fucking god.
Yes, we know, it's cringe, mate. Like, have you seen yourself though? Like, I like the fact that he tries to act like he's the cool kind of fun outsider or something. But we've all seen what you are, you fucking little weirdo. Where's the thing of him? We're now fucking two bits down the rabbit hole, right? Bad empanada. Oh shit, copyright music or whatever. I forgot the person he was with. Where's the thing he did? Who was? Oh, it was oh fuck's sake! Sucked on left. There we go. That's the person. No, hang on. Here we go. Right. So this is the totally not cringe bad empanada.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hey bud,
Yep. Hey bud, how you doing?
we live?
Yep.
Alright, I'd just like to announce that if anyone wants to see some hot bitches getting fucked in the pussy and ass, head over to pornhub.com and xvideos.com.
I'll send them a DM when you would like to.
So, he went onto someone else's stream, made some weird reference to a porn site, then played like 2 seconds of copyrighted music in order to try and get them taken down? What?
To continue the debate, just let me know. Smiley face.
But you know,
so apparently the thing that they were gonna do is this really dumb troll. I'm literally seconds away from doing this. The Sucked on Left. Tune into his stream now. Just a forewarning here, so that people can't say they weren't warned before it happens. If you do it, debate me, bro. I will come on your stream and play copyrighted music on full blast immediately. Hey, how you doing again?
No, you don't want to see hot girls?
Why are you really far from the
why is he really far from the mic? I don't get that bit of this at all.
microphone? Are you like loading up the porn?
No.
Do you think that playing like a few seconds of copyrighted music is gonna get the stream banned? Are you dumb? This is the dumbest troll that I've had in a really long time.
It's honestly, but you know, the brat thing is super. It's horrible. Oh, I'm so much cooler than that. Amazing.
American impulse to like do everything possible to whitewash someone actively committing genocide. They just can't help it. American liberals can't help it. I've never seen anything more indicative of the fact that any change in the world will happen fighting against Americans than with Americans than that. Americans simply cannot take a principled stand against anything. They cannot demand anything from their politicians, or they don't care to. As long as they, they do the TikTok dance and they say the right like liberal sounding mumbles, they will scold you for not enthusiastically voting for the genocidal cop. Americans cannot, they don't condition.
I love this. I love the fact that he's like so fucking ridiculously self-unaware that he's like, he doesn't understand that he's the one that's trying to be above the fray, or like a better person. Like he's so much of a better leftist because he understands that Americans are bad or whatever. Like it's just it's I don't even know what it is. Red brown cope or something. I'm not sure. It's very sad, whatever it is.
In their votes on anything, they basically, Americans don't do politics. Americans have politics come to them. They have no political strategy. That they not they don't have a political strategy, it's that they're unwilling to do it because they just generally don't care about anyone aside from themselves and their friends. That's all they care about, even if they even care about their friends. So they're not even willing to exert political pressure. They're not willing to say, I'll vote for you, but only if you do this. They're only willing to say, oh, I'm going to vote for you no matter what. Do literally anything you want. Kill as many kids.
Well, I know this was 4 weeks ago, so it was before the convention, but there were a significant number of, what was it, not unaligned, undecided, whatever the fuck they were called. Anyway, who wouldn't pledge for the delegate until they did the thing they wanted. So clearly some Americans are able to do that.
In Palestine as you want, I will vote for you, babe. They don't do politics. They don't care to do politics. They take whatever they're given, they lap it up, and they lap it up enthusiastically. They turn fucking Joe Biden into like an epic meme.
Uncommitted,
like,
there we
meme.
go.
Haha, Dark Brandon. Now they're doing it with Kamala Harris again, in her own different way. Obviously it's not the exact same meme, but they try to claim that they are supporting these politicians reluctantly when they also make it very obvious at the same time that they're doing it enthusiastically. And at the end of the day, they simply do not actually care about what they do to people in the rest of the world. And that is why we need to stop treating Americans like they're people who we should win over to our side. The world will be improved by fighting against Americans, not by fighting with them. At this point,
honestly, the high-level ideas here, I'm beginning to feel like Dave Rubin, in that this video has taken so many IQ points off me that I'm as stupid as Dave Rubin. Yeah, the high-level ideas are really quite something. Quite something. Where is he from? He's from Australia originally, but apparently he lives in Argentina. Perfectly normal. He only lives in countries that begin with A. I think he might move to Angola. I'm not sure.
The callous indifference of Americans in general to the fact that the people who they enthusiastically vote for are doing genocide, and they can't even won't even try to demand the most.
Okay, but like, your country's doing fucking genocide. Australia is also doing genocide, so like, should we not fight with Australians? Because fuck you, I guess. I mean, we're literally saying, don't do collective punishment against the Palestinians, right? We point out that Israel doing collective punishment against Palestinians is bad, and yet you want us to collectively punish 330 million people. You're fucking mental, mate. You're a fucking loser. Anyway, let's see how he gets round this with, we should fight against Americans by voting for Trump. Let's go.
Most basic of electoral compromise from them. They're just taking what they're given, they're lapping it up enthusiastically while posting epic Kamala's brat dancing TikToks. At that point, you have proven far beyond any doubt that you are the enemy. And quite honestly, if you get Donald Trump, perhaps you deserve him. Perhaps the downfall, the suffering, the destruction that he will cause to your country is precisely what you deserve and precisely what the rest of the...
Oh wow, it's the dumb attitude of accelerationism. But accelerationism for other people. I care about the working class, which is why I want poor people in America to suffer at the hands of Donald Trump. So I can get my lay epic memes off. So I can dunk on Voosh. Very serious. Much socialism.
The rest of the world needs for your shithole genocidal country to finally decline, which would be the greatest thing to ever happen for the rest of the world in hundreds of years. But Trump supports all these other bad things. Good, maybe you deserve the bad things.
Okay, but do the Palestinians deserve the bad things? Because we literally know he's agreed that the annexation of the West Bank can just happen. He's literally tried to get Netanyahu to not sign up to a peace agreement. He's literally said they need to finish the job. So even if you want to do your little fucking epic dunking on America, why should the Palestinians suffer? Like, you're such a fucking scumbag.
Maybe the bad things for you are actually good for the rest of the world. You know how you always treat the suffering of the rest of the world as something that just needs to be ignored, while the policies that benefit you and your friends are what needs to actually be focused on. Well, I think the same way, except inverse. I don't care about anything, except the things that the USA does that affect people internationally. I don't care about Donald Trump's policies that hurt you and your friends.
A very sensible big brain boy who is definitely a socialist and not a weird little fashy prick. Honest.
So as far as I'm concerned, they're both the exact same. You get Trump? Honestly, fuck yeah. Trump's gonna ruin your country on the international stage. It's gonna be fucking awesome. The second there is anything resembling like a global revolution or like a globe-spanning conflict, the average...
I can't listen to this. I can't listen to this man LARPing as a revolutionary. I can't do it. I can listen to him give vaguely shit arguments about electoralism, but I can't listen to this cunt go on about fucking global revolution. Honestly, I would have to start peeling off my own skin with a fucking crafting knife. Like, I can't do it. Please understand, I wanted to get through that video, and I had to switch it off. It was like an impulse. It was a thing within me that I couldn't bring myself to stop. Oh, God, the brainworms on this cunt are just mind-boggling. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, okay. Just needed a second to just process that. Let's get back to his shit ideas about electoralism or something. Now we've heard him be such a big brain boy.
American bombs that left port for Israel that very day, sent by the very government that she is the second in command of. When the US wants to force a much smaller...
She's not really second in command. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that that's the order of succession if, like, Joe Biden dies or whatever, right? But, like, she's not fundamentally taking those decisions. She is still absolutely, I think, complicit in the actions of the American government. But to say second in command like she's literally making these decisions or anything, she's not. The vice president is an afterthought until someone gets Lee Harvey Oswalded. Do you know what I mean?
Smaller and weaker country undergoing a military action that it disapproves of into changing its course, it doesn't look like this. It looks like this. In every way that actually matters, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are themselves active participants in this genocide, with clear...
Okay, and so is Donald Trump, and you were just celebrating Donald Trump winning. So, like, where does that leave you here? Come on now.
Clear command responsibility as the leaders of the very country that is primarily responsible for propping Israel up in the first place. And this is precisely what you would have expected of them. It's not like their support for Israel is something new. They both have long and storied histories of supporting it in all kinds of its crimes, long before this specific and particularly severe one began. I mean, Netanyahu just toured the US Capitol to rapturous bipartisan applause. Who is it that you guys think you're fooling here? And while we're on the topic of these ridiculous partisans for Biden...
I know this is not necessarily about the content of the video, but like, can YouTubers stop this thing where they hold the mic up in front of their face like that? It's really obnoxious and it makes the audio worse. It looks shit, it sounds shit, it is shit. Buy a mic stand or have it on the table just below the fucking camera. It's not even a proper mic like a singer or something. Like, it's awful.
Harris, they often like to frame themselves as merely reluctantly voting for these candidates, because they are the least bad of the two on offer, and they simply have no option but to vote for them. You know, it's not that they actually support them for real or anything. It's actually really lamentable and sad. They're basically being forced at gunpoint to vote for child-killing Kamala. This is incredibly hard to square with the way they actually treat these candidates, though. Take those who claim to be...
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. My dude Areno. Those are, I mean, firstly, those are videos from 3 and 4 years ago, so lol. And secondly, look, this is just him being ass pained that ContraPoints and Vosh are popular, or that Sam Cedar is popular. And they disagree with me about electoralism, so therefore I'm going to screech about it for 20 minutes. Also, you do realise that Voosh and those people, like, influencers aren't the left in totality. Even if we say that literally every one of these people, Vosh, ContraPoints, Sam Cedar, all of these people, they're all secretly in love with Joe Biden and want to suck him off, right? That doesn't mean that everyone on the left who would otherwise vote, you know, hold their nose in the voting booth and vote for one of these people, vote for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, actually does love them. Even if the content creators themselves do secretly really fucking love them. So this is just you whinging about some people on the internet you don't like. It's not some high-minded, I'm supporting the Palestinians. No, it's you being a bitch about Vosh. It's you just being a sad little bitch with internet brainworms. That's it. Finster is paid by Joe Brandon to turn all the children trans. True. And based.
Reluctantly voting for Biden back in 2020 as an example, even before the present Gaza genocide existed as a factor. It became very clear after the election that they weren't simply casting a reluctant vote for a war criminal segregationist rapist, simply because the alternative was even worse, with the somber tone that you would expect coming from people in a situation like that, who are supposedly being backed into a corner.
This is how I will prove that I am worthy of the best guild.
In order to make YouTube work at all, I had to turn the ad blocker off. So, like, we're just going to have to deal with it.
Forced to vote for the guy. Rather, they outright took to creating positive
This is just both. These are both Vosh videos. Also, you know, the thumbnail isn't necessarily the entirety of the video.
Began to support him and cheerlead his supposed accomplishments.
This is just Vosh. The first screenshot at least had 2 other people. Now it's literally just him whinging about one person on the internet he doesn't like. Fuck me.
Because they were supporters all along who had strategically pretended otherwise.
But ContraPoints is not a socialist. So, like, that doesn't... I don't even know why you're bringing her into it.
Either to try and sway undecided voters to their candidates, or in the case of content creators, because it wouldn't be cool or profitable enough for them to simply own what they actually believe, so they instead chose to frame themselves as far more radical than they actually are for the election cycle. It's the...
Yeah, you think they're controlled opposition. Okay, so you're just a pretend leftist version of Alex Jones then. Cool.
Same thing again here, and from the exact same people too. The same sort of support.
Oh no, it's okay if you think anyone's a... Like, if you think Vosh is a dick, if you think ContraPoint's is a dick, by all means think that. It's not even my opinion or your opinion that it's sort of interesting within the confines of this video. It's the fact that he's just bitching about them, that's it. Even if he's correct in his assessment of any of these individuals, it sort of doesn't matter. To the extent that the motivation for this video is not what he is claiming it to be. Do you know what I mean? If someone had said they have not had the same amount of success, I don't think it's necessarily just jealousy, although that may be a part of the thing. I think it's just he can't stand that these people even exist. Because ultimately he's an authoritarian at heart, right? He's very much a kind of Stalinoid type person. And the idea that people who disagree with him, especially people closer to him in what he thinks is his politics, is too much. This is, to make it a kind of historical analogy, he is the Stalin to Vosh's Trotsky. What he secretly wants to do the entire time is, like, ice pick the motherfucker. But he knows he can't do that unless, you know, Lenin gets out of the way. I don't know what Lenin in this scenario is. I'll be honest with you, the analogy got out of hand. But hopefully that made some sense at the beginning. Yeah, nailed it, Kev. Fucking nailed it.
coming from the same supposedly reluctant Democrat supporters. Except this time around, it really doesn't quite hit the same to make epic memes out of the
Oh, he's at least got a Hassan one in there. Kamala unveils economic plan. Fuck capitalism. Again, that's a meme. Did you watch any of Hassan's content about the thing? Like, he went to the conference, and like he wasn't very nice about the Democratic Party for the most part. ContraPoints is Lenin. Maybe. I don't know.
Stop it. Get some help.
If ContraPoints is Lenin, does that mean when she dies we can put her in a glass case? And she just gets to like live in... Where is she? She's in Baltimore, I think? She's just in Baltimore forever. In a glass case. Even long after it's relevant. And that really they should just let it go at this point. But actually it's just a historical viewing site. It's good for tourism in Moscow. I've got out of hand with that. Thank you, Phenomenal Lass, for resubscribing on the Twitches. Much love!
the Democratic Party leaders when everyone and their dog knows that they are the government while the government is doing genocide. This speaks to something of a problem of perception in the Western world, where Westerners seem unable to properly conceive of their monsters as the monsters who they actually are. They would have no issues seeing, say, Slobodan Milosevic as unequivocally the butcher of Bosnia, practically as little more than an animal driven by nothing but instinct, yet Joe Biden, guilty of even worse crimes, is more likely to be perceived as...
I was about to say, is he going to do Milosevic, like, war crimes now? But at least he said worse crimes, so he is admitting that Milosevic did do crimes. Okay, that's cool. That's good. I'm glad he at least accepts that much. Fucking hell. You have to worry with people like him. Ever since Chomsky was like fucking, well, it's about outed, like he's been doing it since the fucking 90s, but like ever since I found out that Chomsky was a fucking shithead when it comes to stuff like that, you've got to be careful. You got to be like, whoa. What's that? He's mentioning Radovan Karadzic. Oh no, let's back up. Let's just fucking chill.
Some sort of oafish, lovable grandpa type guy. Someone who's just genuinely trying to do his best for everyone and who occasionally messes up, rather than the mass-murdering, genocidal monster who he actually is. They have no problem seeing Vladimir Putin as a cartoonish villain. Yet even many people who seem to believe that they are genuinely supporters of the Palestinian cause are totally...
Hang on a minute. Okay, he didn't admit then that Vladimir Putin is a war criminal. He was just, so I mean, I do genuinely have to ask, do you consider Vladimir Putin to be a war criminal, Bad Empanada? Or are you just, dick riding Vladimir Putin? I think it's a fair question to ask. Because again, you were fine with admitting, at least in passing, that Slobodan Milosevic was a war criminal. Vladimir Putin apparently escaped such judgment on your part, which is interesting. It's interesting. Thank you to whoever the hell it was that became a member then or something. A noise happened, I missed it. Or did nothing happen? Have I gone fucking mad? I don't know.
totally fine memifying Kamala Harris, who is again the vice president of the country that is presently backing the worst genocide that the world has seen in around 30 years. She is the American who, out of all Americans, is the second most responsible for what is happening in Gaza. The fact that there are now thousands of videos all over social media of the mangled corpses of Palestinian children and babies is in large part on her. Anyway, have you guys seen...
I don't think it is on her particularly. Don't get me wrong. She's not like exactly done a great job speaking out and like stopping this shit, but it's not largely on her. Like, she is absolutely complicit in this, and I've got no fucking compunction in saying so. But you laying this blame at her feet is just like weird running interference for Trump or some shit at this point. That's all you're doing. You don't seem to want to put any of that at Trump's feet. And I do have to ask why that is. It sounds a bit, do you condemn Hamas? But it is an actual concern. Exactly. Like, he's the one that brought it up. I wouldn't have said, do you condemn Vladimir Putin? Because this video isn't about Russia, so it's not relevant. I wouldn't have said, do you condemn Slobodan Milosevic, because it isn't 1993. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not relevant to anything. But he's decided to bring them into the question, and so I think it's fair to then ask, why didn't you didn't say anything about Putin actually being bad there? It's interesting.
The latest Dark Kamala meme? Have you seen her epic laser eyes? God, she's so cool. If you see someone posting a video,
You know, again, do you watch the videos or do you just look at the pretty pictures? Because the thumbnail is just meant to entice you into the video. It's not like the synopsis of it or anything. Like,
of Kamala Harris dancing, or Joe Biden with sunglasses epically eating ice cream, you should have the same sort of visceral reaction that you would have if you saw someone posting like a wholesome Adolf Hitler loves dogs meme.
Okay. They're gonna love that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Twitch. Kamala is Brad.
okay, he's got for some reason a righty bit now. It says, I do not care if you like Hassan Piker, and I am well aware that he doesn't tell people who to vote for and is supportive of Palestinians. The point is that if this moment does not cause you the sort of reaction that I'm referring to here, regardless of who's responsible for it or his broader opinions, then you're just proving the point I'm making. That this sort of thing is not at all conceived the way it should be. Even among many... Oh, it's quite small and far away. I need to get closer to the fucking screen. Even among many genuinely well-meaning people, Hassan included. I could not imagine that he would let anyone put a swastika or an Israeli flag on him like this. And this is not really that far removed. Okay, mate. Look, yeah, I've just noticed, because I was reading the text there, I've just noticed he's literally changed the thing to Adolf is brat as well, which is fun. Adolf is brat. Oh, God. Where was I? Sorry. Removed. It can only be allowed to happen due to the sort of blind spot I am discussing here. That even someone like him occasionally memifies these genociders is a great example of it, hence me using him as one here. That I even need to put a disclaimer here is due to the fact that so many people are obsessive, obnoxious internet personality fans who are going to see this and immediately get enraged and spend hours complaining that I use their fave streamer as an example. Okay, again, the lack of self-awareness is delightful, because he's quite right that, like, there are people who are personality cult obsessive people, right? Whether it's about Hassan or Destiny or whoever. But he's basically that, but in reverse. Instead of being an obsessive dick rider of internet personalities, he's an excessive hater. Which is just like the two sides of the same coin. You are exactly what they are, but just the opposite feeling. Instead of loving internet personalities, you hate them and obsess over them. That is what you do. A lot. Adolf is brat. Fucking hell. Fun times.
But unfortunately, many people have problems conceiving of Palestinians as equal human beings. Hence, it's actually quite rare to see anyone treat their butchers as the butchers who they actually are. Another obvious point against the sort of people who I'm talking about here having anything resembling honest intentions is that they
Adolf is dude, to be fair. He is dude. What new? Yeah.
Wouldn't be scolding the voters for their voting intention, rather than, the people actually carrying out the genocide themselves, if they were really on the side of the people being genocided. Because at the end of the day, if you had a heart at all, and someone said to you, no, I don't want to vote for them because they're doing genocide, the only real reaction to that you could possibly have would be, okay, that's totally fair, I understand. Not to give them a condescending lecture. Also very
Do you want to talk about condescending lectures, you prick? What the fuck is this entire video? Get fucked.
revealing is the fact that they never actually apply this supposed lesser evil principle that they hold to any other circumstance aside from local elections.
You really don't get many more people called Adolf anymore, do you? I remember reading a book of baby names a long time ago now, about 20 years ago. One of the women that, in the place that I worked was like, I think her sister was pregnant, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, and they had this book, and I was flicking through, and we were looking for like funny names, like, you know, fucking Nebuchadnezzar or some shit, right? Anyway, and we found Adolf. Adolf was in there, right? Under the spellings with the F and the PHE. Anyway. And it said, Adolf, of like, you know, European origin, blah, 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 blah. Not as popular as it once was. Underselling it a smidge. Just, I mean, that's some like passive voice shit right there. Not as popular as it once was. I mean, technically true. Technically true.
If they were actually all about that, then you would expect them to, say, strategically support Iran or China or any one of the USA's other geopolitical rivals in many, if not most or all, of their conflicts with the US. But what you actually tend to get from them is the exact opposite. They actually like to try and justify American geopolitical positions from a supposedly left perspective, because they don't actually believe what they're saying at all. And when you don't really have any principles or beliefs to uphold, it's really easy to just adapt your narrative for the situation.
Yeah, you're a better leftist. We've been through this. We've been through this. We know you're the best of the leftists. You're a better leftist than everyone else who disagrees with you in any way whatsoever. No, you're quite correct. Can we all just take a moment to bask in the glory that is Bad Empanada? His brain is so massive. I don't think we fully understand what a privilege it is existing in the world at the same time as this intellectual and moral behemoth who dwells amongst us. A god amongst the mortals.
To try and garner support for your party. If you're not actually a Democratic Party shill, if you're someone with actual convictions rather than just a soulless husk that'll do or say anything to benefit the party as it massacres scores of people, you would be holding their feet to the fire for, you know, doing genocide. But these sorts of people do the exact opposite instead. They scream and yell, they get so enraged at people who even express like an ounce of possible intention to not vote. They tell them that they're privileged for not wanting to Pokemon Go to the polls to vote for the modern day
Pokemon Go to the polls. It's not 2016. I know you, along with the fucking alt-right or whatever, are obsessed with it still being 2016. It's not. Let it go. Just let it fucking be, yeah?
Heinrich Himmler. What started out back in 2016 as Vote Blue No Matter Who is now in 2024 Vote Blue No Matter What They Do. We're well past any notion of...
That dickhead, that's not an evolution. That's just a restating of the same fucking idea. You are... Oh my god, you're so stupid. What do you think No Matter Who is? What do you think that encompasses? Oh yeah, the actions and history of the people. That's... What point do you think you're making there, you fucking egg? Fucking hell, he's such a maltoid. It's the biggest fucking melter on the internet, man.
Plausible deniability here. If this is anything, it is an op, intentional or not, to drive support for the Democrats.
Hey, TMM! Hello, TMM. Everyone should go and follow TMM. They're in the YouTube chat there. That stands for the Messianic Manic. He's one of the few... I literally mentioned you on stream the other day. We were having a discussion about why it was that loads of atheists are cunts. I think we mentioned Christopher Hitchens and that. Anyway, we got onto... It was a whole side tangent. And yeah, we were mentioning old YouTube atheist peeps that didn't turn into dickheads. And there were very few. Very few. You were one of them. Steve Shives is another. Who else did we mention? Oh shit. The fucking hell. PZ Myers was another one. Yeah, there's a few. Anyway, go and follow TMM. They do good short form content largely. In a very punchy style about atheism. They're very good.
Now let's put those dishonest, denialist, disgusting, cynical shills aside for a second here.
Oh yeah, Rebecca Watson's still plugging away. Yeah. There's a few, but like, unfortunately, most of them are bellends. So it's not the ones that really did show their character, which is nice.
And deal more directly with the dilemma that many left-leaning American voters are currently facing. Your candidate's a perpetrator of an ongoing genocide or Donald fucking Trump. So what the hell do you do? It's a very complicated situation, right? Well, no, it's actually not at all complicated, because genocide never is. Regardless of any unfalsifiable hypotheticals about who would be less bad in the future, the fact of the matter is that the Democrats are in power now. The genocide started while
They're in power in the executive branch. Yes, that is true. And there's a lot of power that can be had there because, of course, foreign policy is largely the domain of the executive. So there's certainly the case. But when you say they're in power, it's a bit more fucking complicated when you get down to Congress and stuff. So, yeah. But I mean, they do hold the presidency, albeit the presidency in the hands of a corpse. So I don't know what people are quite expecting.
all the Democrats were in power. They have enabled it and supported it the whole way through. And again, this is happening right now. The mangled corpses of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians at least, who have been massacred since October 7th, lie firmly at their feet, not at Trump's. He's not the one who has been in power while they've been doing this. What message does...
Whoa, Rohack, please. When you say, who is this man, all these white-bearded men look the same to me. Firstly, his beard isn't even white. Da-dum-ts. And secondly, he's not white. He's Australian, okay? They don't get to be in the white people club. They're too weird. Or not weird enough, depending on how you look at it.
Does this send exactly to the victims of genocide in Gaza, to American politicians, and really just the people of the world in general, if you're going to just shrug and vote for the genociders anyway? Now, of course, electoralism is not exactly a very potent road, and Americans definitely owe...
But, like, what did I tell you? What did I literally say at the start of this video? When he said, I think actually it's fine if you go and vote for whoever you think the best candidate is. I told you that was bullshit, that he didn't actually believe that, and that he would spend the rest of the video basically proving that he didn't believe that. And now he's literally doing it, because he's saying... he's literally saying, like, oh, if you vote for them, you're voting for a genocide. Like, what the fuck? So clearly you can't have believed that at the start, because you would have been saying vote for genocide, which obviously isn't, like, the thing you're trying to say. Tough talk coming from a British man. I'm Irish, and we are also not white, so we were the original people of colour. The British were fucking us up before they even got to Africa. You didn't have to, I didn't tell you who it was. This guy's called Bad Empanada, Rohack. I'm somewhat surprised you haven't heard of them, in all honesty, given the circles you mix in. But anyway, they're called Bad Empanada, and they're fucking mental. They're mental. The only good thing that ever happened involving him was when Haz of Infrared made a threat that he was going to fly to Buenos Aires and fight him in the street. Well, that was funny. That was legitimately funny. Especially because Haz is like 3 feet tall, so like they wouldn't even let you on the fucking plane, mate. You're not even tall enough for the ride. What is it, Clem Fandango? I'm scrolling and I can't fucking see your point. Hang on a minute, hang on. Messages, here we go. Right. That hang on, question. What do you actually think of giving people shit for not voting Democrat? Because I've done it a few times. That unfalsifiable hypothesis line is what set me off. Trump said that he wants to be harsher on Palestine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give people shit necessarily. I will point out to them that I think that they're wrong and that their approach is like short-sighted or whatever. But I'm not going to like be too upset about it. You know? So like Bad Empanada has something of a point, I guess. I don't think you should chastise people necessarily. But like Bad Empanada is just so full of shit in every other way that it's difficult to give him any fucking praise, you know? He's a dickhead. Yeah. Hey, 8DX man, we would talk. I did a joke involving you earlier, involving the word Czech and the different meanings of the word Czech. You'll have to watch the VOD back to get it though. So, Bad Empanada has made a number of history videos which are quite good. That actually, to be fair, and I am loath to be fair to the guy, but he has made a couple of absolute belters. The problem is, he's fucking mental. He's literally a mentalist. I'll show you his good videos. There's a fucking brilliant one about Argentine cinema. Where are we? It was from fucking years ago now. He's the Columbus videos, the takedown of Now You Know Better. Back when Now You Know Better was a fucking chud or whatever. Were pretty good. Where's the one? Oh god. Where's the one about? No, is it What Is Peronism? No, it's not that one. There's one about Australian cinema and the Argentine dictatorship. And I can't fucking see it. Did he take it down or something? I can't fucking see it. He might have taken it down, or it might have been taken down. Oh no, there it is. Remembering Argentina's dictatorship. Remembering Argentina's dictatorship, history of social conflict. It's fucking brilliant. That one there, right? It's a genuinely brilliant video. He analyses the Argentine dictatorship of the 70s and 80s, whatever, through the lens of Argentine cinema and how they came through Argentine cinema, how they came to understand and deal with the aftermath of it, and it's genuinely quite moving. It's wonderful. But that having been said, he is also a fucking lunatic. So like, I suppose it's the content equivalent of the stopped clock being right twice a day. I don't know. Who is white then? Well, no one's white, and yet everyone's white. That's the beauty of whiteness. You can be as white or as not white as you claim to be, or that someone else claims you to be. It's almost like whiteness is just a fucking social construct that needs to die because it should never have lived. Anti-Americanism isn't ideology. Has he watched his own video? True. Why don't him and the MAGA communist idiots get on? Because they all, as with the MAGA communists, they're always falling out with one another and accusing one another of being revisionist or like globalists or whatever. They're all fucking cunts. They're all nasty little cunts.
Far more to the rest of the world than just voting or not voting as the action that they take or don't take in support of the people of Gaza. But your vote, small as it may be, is still a tiny little morsel of political power that you hold and that you can use. And what happens when you pledge to unconditionally give your political power, i.e. that vote, to a certain party or candidate no matter what? What happens when you tell them beforehand, I'm going to vote blue no matter who? Then you're giving them a free pass.
Okay, but these leftists aren't blue no matter who, are they? Obviously. Like, look at the fucking hell, the people you mentioned there have all come out against specific members of the Democratic Party. Right? Vosh has been very, very critical of people like Kristen Sinema and fucking John Fetterman and whoever. Sam Cedar is genuinely sort of quite contemptuous of the Democratic Party in a number of ways. These people are not vote blue no matter who. They're really not. They have been deeply against all of these fucking interloper carpetbagger fucks that have been funded by AIPAC to unseat people. So they're not vote blue no matter who. That's just a fucking lie.
To do absolutely anything. That's already a horrible idea, even under normal circumstances, as they have absolutely no incentive to do anything for people whose vote they already know they're going to win no matter what. But it's worse here because these are not...
I'm not sure about the Demon Mama thing. I haven't really looked into it. I've taken the approach with like internet-based accusations or allegations or whatever, that if it's just chuds talking about it, I don't give a fuck. And so far I've mostly seen just chuds talking about it, so I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, if there was more to it, I suspect that people who aren't absolute cunts would pick up on it, and so far they haven't, so I'm just whatever. Like, I only have so many hours in the fucking day to give a shit about what some person did or said or whatever. Like, I don't know enough about it. So if someone good does a video on it, send it to me. But like, other than that, I couldn't give a fuck. They're all cunts, you know.
Not normal circumstances.
Demon Mama's partner is a nonce. Really? Oh no. The problem was the reporting. What, of the noncing? What? Send me a link or something, Luna, and I'll maybe watch it, because that's quite bad. The world's greatest democracy is a two-party state. Where what does he realistically expect them to do? Abstain, vote Republican, and enjoy the consequences. Well, we literally, Sherman, I don't know if you were around earlier, but we literally watched him say he hopes Trump wins because something accelerationism for other people, fuck the poor of America, I think was his basic point. Because again, he is an absolute a shit person, basically. Hello there, Arizolo Dave in North London. Isn't Demon Mama's other half? Can we actually not tonight? I don't. It's not that I don't care at all, okay? But I don't like. Look, I'm not getting into some fucking weird drama shit with like this person and that person tonight. So can we just knock that on the head for this tonight? Yeah. If you've got anything you think I need to know, like, send me a link or something, like DM me or whatever, or post it in the stream suggestions on the Discord. What the fuck is this? Your kid's a brat and it's all your fault. Nip the attitude in the bud from toddler to Nazi bad empanada. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Confused is what I am.
They are currently doing genocide, and guess what partly allowed them to so freely help out with this genocide in the first place?
If this doesn't improve, by the way, in the very near future, I'm gonna just fucking end this bit, because like, I don't give a fuck. He's boring me now.
The fact that they believe they can count on so many people voting for them anyway. To pledge your vote to them here without making it contingent on them.
Pandanus, I'll be honest with you, that one you just sent me, not your best work. Don't get me wrong, not bad work, just not your best.
And immediately ending the genocide is to rubber stamp the genocide yourself. It's to sign off on it yourself. It is a conscious, active choice that you will have made that easily makes you pass any sort of reasonable threshold into being complicit in it yourself. So
oh, fuck off, mate. So his entire bit is, I'm the best leftist, you're complicit in genocide, even though I said I want Donald Trump to win. But that doesn't make me complicit in genocide. Because reasons. Anyway, fuck that guy. Right, this is now just self-indulgence, okay? We've moved into the portion of the show that is just self-indulgence. I will have I'm not going to pretend otherwise. This is the Hippy Dippy recruitment show. And I only want to watch this because of one person, okay? They're currently hidden by a camera thing on the thing there, but you can see the name. Sonsol. An old friend of the channel. And I say friend completely incorrectly. Although we did get on at one point, but he's a bellend. Right. He was banned off Twitch for ages, and then got unbanned at some point. Anyway. And he was on this, and I want to see... I haven't watched any of his content in, like, forever, so... I wanted to see if he was still as big a prick as he was last time I knew he was alive. Yeah. And yes, the wanker emotes, the James from the internet doing the wanking motion emotes, that was him literally calling Sonsol a wanker on the main Hippy Dippy show several years ago. Anyway, let's take a little look at this shite.
Ladies and gentlemen, thems and theys, and all other comers, welcome to the newly revived, freshly risen, hippy dippy recruitment, starring Sansol. Give yourself an introduction real quick. Oh shit.
Muted.
Can't hear anybody. Shit.
Nope, that's my fault because I'm a professional streamer. I had myself muted. All right. Hi, I'm Sansol. I'm an idiot on the internet. I'm a political science student. I just like arguing.
Okay, Nina.
Hi, I'm Nina from twitch.tv/Nina. I also like arguing, so I'm excited to get into it.
And I didn't know, I looked this up earlier, I actually follow Nina on Twitch. But I didn't know that. So presumably they're quite based, because if I follow them, they're either extremely based or phenomenally unbased. Those are the two types of people I follow. Because you keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right?
I'm also
okay, right. Mini Pidge, you know I love you. You're a dear and lovely friend. But to say it's a bit of a shit show for the moderation, like, of course, it's the hippy dippy. It would not be the hippy dippy if it weren't. If this show was ever moderated properly, to the point where you could have like a flowing conversation and a back and forth, in which the public understanding was increased through intelligent discourse, it would be the opposite of this show. So, like, yeah, of course the moderation's fucking crap. Why am I looking into the camera? I don't even have my fucking camera on. I was looking at the camera that whole time, like I was addressing a person eye to eye. Fuck me. I am an absolute spoon. I really am.
Admiral Gibbs's nemesis.
Awesome. Media Wench.
Hi, I'm the Media Wench Mechaplex Media. You can find us in all the places. And I'm not really here to, dunk on people too hard. I'm just here to get high and fucking laugh at y'all. That's probably basically it.
Hippie Jesus.
Yeah, I'm Hippie Jesus. I don't really have a fucking media footprint. I'm just here to argue and yell at people because it's fun for me and it's therapeutic.
Druid Jesus.
Hello, everyone. You can find me on YouTube at Jesus the Druid, and here's my cat, Frankie.
Admiral Gibbs.
Hey, it's me. I'm Admiral Gibbs. You can find me everywhere as Admiral Gibbs. God bless America and God bless Texas.
Pentuple TV.
Hi, I'm an attorney by trade. I've been streaming on Twitch for 1 year, exactly to the day today, and you can find me on YouTube and Twitter.
And Drone Tech.
Hey everybody, I'm Drone Tech. I've been around for quite a while. I'm on Twitter and YouTube. I do videos mostly just calling out the media and left for
Who is this James from the Internet cosplayer in the top right? Do we know this person?
hypocrisy and doing all the things they accuse us of doing.
And hosted by yours truly, Westside. Tyler, our topics today are: what are the greatest accomplishments and failures of the Biden presidency? Is the use of the generative AI moral or ethical? And whose immigration policies will be more effective for the United States? Kamala Harris's approach or Donald Trump's? Our rules for the show are simple and straightforward. Listen to the moderator at all times and do not speak when the moderator is speaking, at risk of being muted or booted. No slurs, misgendering, or violations of TOS, to include Fed posting. The only time you can return to any previous topic is in the intro to the next topic, but you will not be afforded any additional time.
Is that me in the top left? The guy who said God bless America and God bless Texas? Yes. Yes, it is.
Our interlocutors will be given brief 1 to 2 minute opening statements per topic, so keep it quick and to the point, all of you, because I will let you get cut off to keep things moving on.
Bombs are still falling on children.
Jesus fucking Christ. Mulder and or Scully just fucking freaked me out then. Don't sneak adverts up on me.
In Ukraine.
God damn it, YouTube.
Following intros for each of our 3 topics, we'll open the panel to all contenders. Each segment will end with closing statements in the order of how each speaker was introduced at the beginning of this program. And again, everybody, welcome to Hippy Dippy Recruitment. Our first topic is, what are the greatest accomplishments and failures of the Biden presidency? 1 to 2 minutes, starting.
Okay, I will just answer. I'll give you my answer. The greatest accomplishment. Well, no, you can't use ad blocker because YouTube just fucking chokes like the speed of it, and it'll just everything. It's basically YouTube. It's unusable if you've got an ad blocker on. It's fucking horrible. So you basically have to turn it off, unless you've got like a really fancy machine or whatever, which I fucking don't. What was I gonna fucking say? Yeah. Anyway, the best thing about Joe Biden's presidency is his bringing the word malarkey back into regular usage in the English language. Beautiful work. And the worst thing would probably be the genocide, I reckon. Or the corn pop thing. Either way, no, it's not great.
With Sonsel.
For the beginning of my opening statement, I would like to ask a point of order. If we're going to differentiate between two different Jesuses on this, can we just call hippie Jesus hippie? Just make everyone's life easier? That's all I'm going to
The guy looks more like Jesus, too.
All right, cool. So my intro is basically Biden-Harris campaign and their administration has been unbelievable the entire time they've been in office. They've been able to get a lot done when it comes.
Oh God.
Comes to major spending packages, major pieces of legislation.
I've got a major package for you. Oh.
Their foreign policy, just about everything that they.
Their foreign policy's been wank. What are you talking about? Right. The foreign policy is what? Continued fucking horrific bloodshed in Ukraine with no end in sight. Not necessarily his fault, but like that happened. Israel, I mean, just I don't even need to say any more on that. Like just Israel. The abomination of that pulling out of Afghanistan. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad America left because like that couldn't go on forever. But that was, I mean, when you've got people literally hanging from the fucking wheels of planes and shit, like dropping to their deaths on the runway, that you can't really chalk that one up in the W column. Do you know what I mean? That isn't even a score draw. You have lost, my friend. So I don't know what foreign policy he thinks is really great, to be honest. Like, what has he done that's been good? I genuinely don't know. He hasn't like threatened to nuke a hurricane. You know. No, this is the thing, right? I don't think you can just blame Trump for the Afghanistan thing. I know it was Trump's plan, but the thing is, when you become president, you can fucking change that plan. If you realise that plan is dog shit, you can change it. You could fucking stop it altogether. You can do something completely different. And he didn't. He just went ahead with it. And it was a fucking disaster. And at that point, you do have to own some of that yourself. You can't just say, oh, well, the last guy was going to do that. So what? You're the president now. It happened on your watch. Biden almost completely ended the drone strikes, which is not... Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. Yeah. The drone strikes have gone down to not quite zero, but like a lot less. So, yeah. So that's something. That's positive. He hasn't tried to start any weird diplomatic shit with Mexico as well, which is nice. And that freed up Mexico to discover those alien corpses. So, positive news all around.
They've done has turned to gold. Now, that's not to say that there haven't been some failures. I think that their early border policy was very weak. I think that they could have done way better on that. I think that there's plenty to critique, but if we're going to go into any kind of economic conversation, if we're going to go into any kind of conversation related to trying, if maybe not perfectly, but trying to bring the country together, I think that they've done an excellent job.
That is weak sauce. Do not take that sauce to the state fair, okay? Because it is piss.
You good? Okay. Moving on to Nina.
Yeah, I think the Biden administration has been a great improvement, obviously coming from the Trump administration. I begrudgingly, in some ways, was always going to vote for Biden, but I'm very happy to see Kamala carry over all the good things that the Biden administration did, such as like on labor. Obviously, we see with Tim Walz, he's like very pro-labor, and that's.
What's the weird shit going on with Mexico? I don't know anything about this weird shit going on with Mexico. Are the aliens okay though? That's the only thing that matters to me. Are those two genuine alien corpses that they definitely found in Mexico? Are those safe? Because if Biden's kicking up a fuss, if Biden wants to steal those alien corpses as his legacy, he's gonna have to get through me. Okay? I won't have a head on their head, hair on their head. Not that they have any hair, but you know, the hypothetical hair on their head's touched.
It's also a thing that, you know, the Biden administration did a lot of. They were very pro-labor when it came to, you know.
They do sound like Emma Vigeland. Yeah. Is that just like a regional thing? Are they from the same place? Where's Emma Vigeland from? I don't even know what accent that is. It doesn't sound strong enough to be from anywhere, but I don't know.
On the picket line, like I think Joe Biden was like the first president to ever even like go to a strike, and also handling of COVID. I think we kind of forget, because we should forget, because it's not a big fucking tragedy anymore. You know, now we're actually have some sensible policies around that, and helped us get back on our feet. And also, I think that he did great when it came to the infrastructure, which is one of those things, again, where you don't really think about it, but it's incredibly important, and it's something that I think has improved the daily lives of a lot of people. That isn't like a huge thing. It's just actually just improving your life.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Look, Westside Tyler, whoever the fuck you are, you don't need this many fucking mid-rolls, okay? You don't need this many adverts, mate. Like, just chill the fuck out, brother. Holy shit. And I agree with the meme 255, thank you. Yes. I saw that. Yeah.
Meaningful way.
Look, we are 7 minutes in and you have had 2 mid-roll adverts already. Like, calm the fuck down, brother.
Cool. Is that time? All right. Media Winch, go ahead.
So...
I know, I have no idea about this Westside Tyler guy. I literally know nothing about him other than he's hosting this one show. Like, but yeah, the advert policy needs to change.
I mean, a lot of people are going to talk about like actual policy things that are like Biden's accomplishments and stuff, but I think that probably his greatest accomplishment as president is his humility.
See you later,
and willing
snowflake.
to like read a room and be like, we need to unite and step down and put his pride aside. I think that the energy that he has.
That was pretty based. Also, I've just noticed Jesus has got a cat. Fuck yeah. That's the Jesus on the left there. It's got a is that a Siamese, I think? Oh, that's probably racist now, isn't it?
Just in that one act, kind of breathed back into not just like his party, but the entire presidential race right now is an energy that I don't think that we've seen in a very, very long time.
Oh, really, Luna? Oh,
in a presidential contest. I think that probably where he failed most was to just not throw enough shade at the Republican Party, at the
Is that your cat, lesbian hot sauce? Or is it just a cat?
At the archaic and just fucking strange ways and policies that they're trying to push that are just the least popular and probably the worst arguments for to be put in power. I think that's all kind of pathetic, and I think that it's sad that a lot of opportunities were missed in taking people to task and actually calling things out where they should have been.
Okay. Going on to Hippie, the non-druid one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching at home, there's a druid Jesus who looks actually like the canonical existence of Jesus with a little bit of flowers on his head, and we have Hippie Jesus who looks less...
So, not at all like the actual Jesus, then, who was a Palestinian. Yeah, okay. Like, if you actually look at the early, like, Coptic Christians and the kind of Eastern Orthodox Christians and stuff, well, they weren't early, but, you know, the old Christian churches, the pictures of Jesus are like he's brown, like he's a brown man. I think they understood that he was a brown man in a way that modern people just went, should we just white him up? Should we just Michael Jackson this bitch? Like, let's do it. Let's do some skin bleaching. Woo! Although I don't think Michael Jackson was skin bleaching, but you get the idea. It's just a cat. I have a dog. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. I used to have a cat. I don't think you were ever around for my cat, were you? But he's the cat that's on like the front. If you're ever here early, the pre-roll screen is me in a cat. That cat was called Rory. He was the best thing that ever happened in the history of the world.
It's like a hippie and Jesus than the one that does. So the blue shirt, Hippie Jesus, please take it away.
I appreciate the differential. We look so much alike that it was needed. It was absolutely needed to be done. Yeah, no, I think that the Biden presidency has been as much of a success as we all could have assumed in 2021.
No, is he okay? No, he's dead. he's not okay. He's returned to the heavens from whence he came because he was an angel.
We all thought that nothing was going to get passed. We all thought that Republicans in the House and the Senate were going to do nothing but block any chance that we had at making any progress whatsoever. I think that during this conversations, we should talk about the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the CHIPS Act, the Inflation Reduction Act.
Yeah, IRA mentioned. Gotta say, Inflation Reduction Act, big fan. Massive fan of the IRA on this channel. That's like the law equivalent of sticking your hand just outside someone's face and going, I'm not even touching you. I'm not even touching you.
The American Rescue Plan and the Bipartisan Safe Communities Act, because I feel like these 5 were the strongest policies that this administration has put forth.
Okay, is that your time? All right.
Yeah.
Moving on to Druid Jesus.
Huh? You little cunt. It's been less than 10 minutes. Dickhead, meet me at camera 5. It has been less than 10 fucking minutes into this bastard stream, right? 10. In a 2.5 hour stream, and you have had 3 mid-roll adverts. 3. Chill the fuck out. Who remembers Rory scratching at the door during Kev's stream and Kev getting angry about it? That was a thing that kept fucking happening. He was a fuck. He did not like closed doors, that lad. He was having none of it. Do you remember? He wouldn't stop. Like, I'd shout at him or hiss at him and he'd stop for like 5 seconds and then start scratching again. The outside of this door is still scratched up to fuck from Rory Katz. And indeed the back door, where he used to scratch to be allowed back in if I'd shut the cat flap on him. Like, it's still busted up at the bottom where he fucking scratched it. It's like half of the width of the rest of the door. Little cunt. God, he was awesome.
All right, so actually, it's probably best that I'm the first conservative to be going, because I do have more accomplishments for the Biden administration than I do have failures. The biggest failure I have is their pullout of Afghanistan, because the Taliban are literally now rolling around in the streets on rollerblades. I got some mixed feelings about that. Kind of badass, but also like, really? We left them all that equipment? So now we get into what his accomplishments are. The top one of the list is that he hasn't died yet. The second one is that he hasn't revealed that Jill has been making all of the important decisions. And personally, I fully disclose that I honestly am someone who is heart, mind, body, soul. I am spiritually, ethnically, religiously, and naturally American. I salute our second female
Religiously American.
president. After, of course, Madden Wilson, our first. Just as I'll salute the soon-to
Okay, I see.
be Glue Factory Orange Golfing Horse again, or the first, aka third, female president, or the hand-picked California celebrity DA. And I do kind of agree with Winch that his greatest accomplishment is not seeking re-election. He should have realized that in 2020, though, and we should have realized this at least a year ago, when literal Republicans were calling it out, saying that he's not going to run again, and we should stop this charade of and actually answer to the American people of who is running for the Democrats. Who is running the Democrats? It's not Harris. She might be the top candidate, but she's not running it. Biden's not running it. So I think we just need a little bit more on it.
George Soros, obviously.
Honesty from all sides in politics, and that's my answer.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Thank you. Moving on to Admiral Gibbs.
Howdy. I want to say the Biden administration is, by all accounts, an utter and abstract failure. He is guaranteed to be ranked as one of the worst presidents of all time, and maybe the worst president since Herbert Hoover.
What? You know, okay, the guy before him was impeached twice and is hated by virtually everyone. And he's between Hoover and Biden. George H.W. Bush was an absolute fucking disaster. Nixon was drummed out of office, having committed several acts of genocide. And that's just off the top of my head. Those are three presidents between Biden and Hoover that are absolutely worse. Like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't put him in like the top half. You know what I mean? Like, he's not. If we could do in a league table situation, he's like comfortably mid-table, but like toward the relegation zone side of mid-table. Do you know what I mean?
In fact, just this week while I was out feeding the homeless, I struck up a conversation with one of them. Much like Herbert Hoover when they had shanty towns called Hoovervilles, I asked the man where he was staying during this brutal Texas heat wave we're having. He turned and pointed at a ramshackle tent encampment and said, "Over there in Bidenville." And I had to bite my sandwich in order to keep from dying from laughter, because the joke literally wrote itself. The Biden administration has literally failed in every regard. According to Sky News, as of 3 days ago, actual inflation since Biden has taken over is 20%, not the lower 2.3% that the dishonest and treasonous Biden administration has proclaimed.
See, this is the problem with Trump people, is that they can't keep it in their pants, can they? Like, you could make a very sensible and straightforward argument about Joe Biden being ineffective as president and him being generally shit. You can do that because he's not been great. But they have to go to like, he's the worst president ever. Inflation is at 20%. He's a treasonous, evil piece of shit. He is literally the devil himself. Like, it's... You lose people. People have stopped listening. No one cares the dumb shit that's coming out of your fucking face right now, because you went far too far with it. Like, you couldn't just chill the fuck out a little bit. Like, you'd be a lot more rhetorically effective if you weren't such, I don't know, whiny little fucking losers? Really? Just going over the top about everything? Responding like a 10-year-old does to being told, no, you can't have more chocolate? Like, you ruined my life, Joe Biden. Give us back our country, Joe Biden. Oh, that guy. Oh, that guy. We have to look at that guy again. Where is he? Where's the guy? Where's the fucking guy? You know the guy I'm thinking of, right? The beer and barbecue guy? Ah, here we go.
Wait.
They're all basically this guy.
Gives you the power of AI to build the website you need.
Shut the fuck up.
As I mentioned, we are not prepared to give that number.
The Biden crime family stealing the election. The media is covering up. The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media is covering it up.
By the way, this is definitely my favourite Keith Lemon character. Definitely. I mean, look at him. He's really gone the whole hog with this. He's come a long way since Bo Selector.
The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media is covering up. We want our freedom for the world. Give us our freedom, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's covering up this election. He's stealing it.
They're all that, and they've been doing it for fucking 4 years now. Just like, come on, guys. It's not believable. It wasn't believable then. It wasn't serious then. Just chill the fuck out. Remember Dominion. I remember Dominion. I remember Smartmatic. I remember the ghost of Hugo Chavez. Do not test me. Honestly, the couple of months after that election were probably the most fun time to be on the internet ever. It was so fucking wild. Just the dumbest people screaming the stupidest shit. Oh, what a time to be alive.
This is not even factored in Biden's abysmal job in regards to foreign policy. Let's talk about a couple of the highlights there. The pathetic pullout of Afghanistan. Was maybe one of the most embarrassing chapters.
Yeah, Kraken watch. She was going to release the Kraken, and now she's lost her fucking license to practice law because she's a freak.
There's an American military.
Lynn Wood is my favourite one. Lynn Wood, absolutely crazy motherfucker, right? He was one of Trump's lawyers for a bit, and he was all fucking crazy. He's now, like, when he was always super religious, but now he's a no-planer 9/11 truther. He doesn't believe planes went into the buildings on 9/11. He thinks it was done by, like, a space laser or something. Like, he's legitimately one of the freakiest freaks that's ever existed. Fucking mental. Mike Lindell was trying to sell drones with Wi-Fi sniffers on them. What the fuck does that even mean? Rohack, you can't drop a sentence on me like that, brother. What does that mean? He's trying to sell drones with Wi-Fi sniffers on them. What? What does that series of words mean? What? Yeah, no, according to the no-planers, yeah, the planes were holograms, yeah. Who was that again? Which one? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. To check for Wi-Fi around the voting machines. But hang on, you can't sniff Wi-Fi, can you? What? Wi-Fi isn't like it's not air, is it? To prove they're connected to the internet. But you can't. That's not how it works, is it? Have I been lied to about how the internet operates? Because like I was under the assumption it wasn't like a perfume. What the he's a mental case. I smell like bacon.
History. Russia has run rampant all over Ukraine. BRICS is more powerful than ever, gaining power, and North Korea is having an economic boom, selling weapons to everyone and sending advisors to the Mideast and Russia. And finally, let's just take an issue that is objectively Biden's biggest failure as president, the border. The handling of the border has been an unmitigated disaster of such magnitude that it is literally treason. Texas as...
No, it isn't. Literally treason. Again, you've gone too far with it. You've gone far too far with it. It's not believable. It's not believable when you make it this extreme.
as an independent nation, fought 2 wars with Mexico that established the Rio Grande as our southern border. Upon joining the United States, one of the guarantees was that this border would be secured. Instead, the Biden administration has actively hindered efforts at stopping this crisis and actively tore down working barriers. In fact, the only reason the border crisis is abated at all has been due to Greg Abbott's efforts.
Absolute fuck.
That's fine with the Operation Lone Star, and it's been wonderful. And one final thing, I do agree with Media Winch. His only accomplishment.
Okay, we're setting up an advert watcher, right? It's annoyed me so much. I'm going to the effort of doing a text box on the screen about it. It's annoyed me that fucking much, you little cunt, that I am setting up a fucking text for it, right? Right. 4 mid-roll ad breaks in how many minutes? 13 minutes. 13 content minutes. No, I won't put content. Just put minutes. Right. There we go. Done. Oop, that's a bit much. That's a bit much, Logan. Chill your boots. Hang on. There we go. We'll just keep we'll just keep that there. We'll just keep that there. And add to it as and when. Yeah? Okay.
Is him stepping down.
Literally down to the line. Pentemple TV, continuing on with you.
So I think the Biden-Harris administration fucking sucks. Obviously, the economy's terrible. The immigration, they've basically done nothing. They've blown up this student loan thing, promising everyone that they're just going to forgive their student loans. I think it's funny that Democrats are gaslighting themselves into thinking Kamala has a chance when they just spent 10 minutes at their own convention telling their own audience how to say her name. And then she spent her entire speech giving her own background, her Wikipedia bio, because nobody, even in her own audience, knows who she is. I don't think Biden woke up one day and had to step down. I think that this is proof that we were right. We've been telling the left wing that your guys senile and demented the entire time, and you guys finally admitted it, just curiously at the perfect time to let this administration avoid a primary challenge. I think they've been an absolute disaster, and I'm excited for them to get blown out of the water this November.
Okay, and moving on to the last introduction with Drone Tech.
Yeah, I found it's interesting that it seems we have some agreement on both sides that one of his best accomplishments was stepping down, which I think kind of shows that while the supporters of Biden will talk about how great everything he did was, they don't actually seem to believe that because they don't want him to be president again. In fact, they want, just like the meme, they've had a new chip implanted that tells them a woman that everybody hated just a few months ago now is their great hope. And I think actually one of Biden's greatest accomplishments is proving once and for all that our media is completely untrustworthy and is really just an extension of the Democrat Party and the Biden regime. They told us going back to 2020 that it was right-wing propaganda, far-right, misinformation, that Joe Biden was having a cognitive decline. And this is from the people who spent 4 years saying that Trump should be removed under the 25th Amendment. Now, they lied and gaslit the country for 4 years, telling everybody that, no.
Literally, it's a polar opposite world, isn't it? Again, they're not believable, Trump.
This is all lie. Then, right after a Biden supporter tries to take out Trump and kills a Trump supporter, suddenly now, that's got to be memory.
He was a conservative, my dude. The fuck are you talking about?
Hold, we're moving on to Kamala. Biden's out. Democracy, or I'm sorry, this is like our democracy, TM. And so I think the main thing that Biden has done is really just proven the left to be the programmable NPCs that we've always joked that they were, and how untrustworthy and how weaponized our institutions have really become under Democrat control.
Okay, and with that, we are moving into the open panel discussion. One more reminder for everybody that is
this video is from 3 days ago.
Competing no slurs, no TOS violations. Try to let everybody have at least a second to talk, but most importantly, if I say to shut up, go.
Amazing how much you guys love lying.
Generate sampler. Alright, so let's see what happens.
Another one. Another one. 5 in 16 minutes. Okie doke. Oh. God, we're getting through them, aren't we? West Side, you cunt. God, this is fucking irritating, mate. In 16 minutes. Yay.
Yeah, seriously, the
Yeah, the feeling.
Okay, what are the lies? Let's start with
Can Gibbs post the link for that 20%?
Sure, I got it right here. I'm ready for you.
We
Yeah,
can
do you
start
mind
off
just
with
posting that
I
in the
googled it and it says it's not that inflation is up to 20%, which would be absolutely unbelievable.
Get a video.
Literally nothing shows that. This shows that the CPI in like prices are up nearly 20%. Do you recognize that there's a difference between those two things?
I'm just reporting what Sky News said.
Well, and beyond that,
so you
beyond
don't know the difference between
Hold
those
on.
two things.
Look, beyond what the actual number
you
is,
understand the difference?
people are obviously feeling it, which is why the media and why you guys have to constantly insist how great the economy is.
Average.
If
What, 5 for 16? Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Yeah. It's look, I'm not just a sports person, okay? I'm also a pair of fantastic tits on me, so come on now. Thank you, Kieran.
If it were so great, you
Don't forget, everybody. Don't forget. Don't forget. You can hit the follow button and subscribe. You can do subscription gift subs to the community. You can what else can you do? You can subscribe with Amazon Prime. You can do bits, messages, and super chats. These are all available. If you're on YouTube, hello there, YouTube. You can do super chats, which I will read out, especially if they're rude, and I will also and you can become a member and give memberships to the community. It's 99 pence, cheaper than a can of piss. What size, Kev? 69.
You wouldn't need
Great
to do
for
that.
Fortune 500 companies doesn't mean it's great for the average American.
Merca.
Can you give me an example of how you're feeling it?
How I'm feeling it? Okay, so like I have 4 kids. I don't want to be a broken record on that, but groceries are and obviously energy are infinitely more expensive than they used to be. We have no
infinitely. It's not even 20% now. It's now infinite. Can't even put a number on it.
We used to have spending money. We used to be able to go on vacations. We can't do that anymore ever because it goes all to
you have
gas.
4 kids?
Okay, and
Well, what are you comparing?
we're
it
married.
to?
We're both employed. We both have
Are you
good
saying
incomes.
under the Trump administration you were able to go on vacations and all of a sudden you can't?
Exactly. Yeah. Any disposable income that we had seems to have dried up. Just getting the normal things that we get every day. And don't act like it's like something special with me because, I mean, this is obviously a problem because the media is constantly focused on it. They're constantly, you see all these people going out and interviewing the public from MSNBC and CNN, Don Lemon.
Like, the thing is, Joe Biden's economy hasn't been great, but Trump's was a fucking disaster. Like, if that's the comparison here, like, Biden hasn't done too badly by comparison.
And whoever, and they're always surprised that these people say they can't afford anything, but what we're reporting is that they can. They're saying they can't. Look, it's the reality of the situation. You guys can't deal with that, and that's why suddenly Kamala is this new thing that you're trying to distract everybody with.
I don't think we have to distract any. I think
What?
that you guys are distracting yourselves with Kamala. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking. What do you mean? We're
You
just,
guys are still running.
I mean, like
on this
every single one of the conservatives brought her up.
So the insanely,
here's the difference between-
Orwellian,
Hold on, Truntech.
the
I let you
insanely
talk, and I'm
Orwellian
gonna talk
campaign
now.
that we've been put
So
through.
like when all of us did
Orwellian?
our intros, we talked about the policies and
What the fuck is Orwellian about? About what? What? I genuinely not entirely sure what he means by that.
and stuff like that. Give a little bit of credit to Gibbs because he did, but the other conservatives talked about like, oh no, they're very conveniently swapping in Kamala at the last second. Like I think that Kamala is occupying
Why?
y'all's brain a lot more than it's occupying ours.
you not
and it
hear
doesn't have
what-
anything to do with our.
Okay, when was Corinne Jean-Pierre
But what I
lying
wanna-
when 2 weeks before Biden dropped out, she was calling them cheap fakes?
With my Google Pixel 9,
Cheap
styling
fakes.
outfits has never been
What?
easier thanks to Gemini. It's literally magic.
Hi, I'm Tim, and I've been a Whoop member
Hello,
since
Tim.
2020. Whoop tracks everything from different key health metrics, strain.
Like, was
Right.
Was she lying? Do you agree or no?
I
do you not
didn't
think
hear the
Biden?
first. I didn't hear the first half. of the-
6 in 9.
How do you stand by the
I
party?
didn't hear the first half of the
The product they
question.
sold you fell apart.
What are you talking? Listen,
I didn't hear the first half of the question. If you had,
I've never heard of that.
No, I didn't hear the first half of the
Okay,
question.
he
You
told you
fucking
guys
loser.
for 4
Hold on.
years,
I thought we
hey,
were supposed to
this
talk
guy's
about the
King Island
accomplishments,
demented. He's
but you
going
guys
to
are
fall
super
apart
mad
before the
about fucking
presidency
Kamala.
over.
I mean, it's
And then you called them
hold on.
cheap fakes, and you guys are still sticking with this party that scammed you. You guys
I
are
mean,
victims.
hold on. Let me give you another example.
I don't.
where they
I,
scammed you.
hold on.
But-
I-
Okay,
hold on.
okay, okay, I'm
I
gonna
need
pop
to-
in,
I
I'm
need
gonna
to know
pop
what the
in.
fuck
Here
we're
we go,
talking
here we
about
go.
right now.
Scammed
Are
are
we
the ones that
talking
are
about?
sin-
Are we
nobody has
talking
even
about- are we
completed a-
talking about?
Rabble, 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 rabble. I can definitely hear what all of these people are saying. This is very intelligible. I'm glad they're having this conversation. Honestly, Jesus' face there is a fucking mood. Just like, why am I here? Only to suffer?
Are we talking
let
about the
alone
Biden?
accept.
Okay, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Just take it easy.
If Biden
Okay.
had to drop out, it obviously wasn't working.
You were a little quiet though. If you want to turn it off.
I couldn't even slow it down.
I
Okay.
love how we just.
Give me just a second. We're gonna break out. We're gonna break out. Okay, I want to hear Sansel versus Pentuple. Sansel versus Pentuple. You guys had a back and forth. Go ahead, finish that out for just a minute, and then we're gonna go
So
ahead and
what I
like.
want to know.
Is your screen black? Well, try reloading the page or something, because everything seems fine on my end.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to know is, we brought up, the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS Act, several other bills. Are we not going to talk about those at all? The accomplishments of the Biden administration, or do we want to like focus on a completely separate topic, which is Biden dropping out of the
really
race?
matter.
Well,
We can
it does
play
matter
whatever we
because
want.
the topic of the fucking debate, the topic of the fucking debate, the topic of the fucking debate was what are the successes and the failures of the Biden administration. So if you want to talk about the other thing, then like just admit that you don't want to talk
They're
about the
intrinsically
actual
connected,
topic.
though. They're intrinsically connected.
Really not, though.
They're not at all.
I can show you. Can I go? Can I go? I'll
You
tell
already
you
went. You already went.
No, this isn't
Biden
Pepe
has to
Sylvia. I don't
drop
want you to
out
look
of
at
the
your
race.
fucking points on a board. Like, actually stick to the point of the debate, which is talking about the accomplishments and the failures of the Biden presidency. Granted, Gibbs did send a link. It was a fucking Facebook video.
Well, I mean, it's a
but
video
guess
from
what?
Sky News.
Facebook video. Love it. Honestly, boomers need to be like, and again, boomer is a state of mind, people. They honestly need. They need to be like banned from the internet, I think, because they genuinely can't tell the difference between between the fucking fact and the fiction. They just believe everything they're told from the generation that said don't believe everything you see on TV, and now they literally will believe Kamabla eats baby brains. I saw a fucking meme on Facebook that had one of those minions on it. It must be true. And now they're all fascists. Fuck me sideways.
Video from Sky News. I mean, I have the clip. It's a clip.
Same Sky News, the exact same Sky News that you want to quote, stated that it is 2.3%. You're posting.
Did you watch the rest of it? Did you watch the rest of it? Or are you just gonna stop at the part that
news off of Facebook clips?
Well, I mean,
you
listen.
fucking
It's literally called the news source. I know you don't watch any clips.
I like the energy. I like the energy of this top right guy, the James from the Internet cosplay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And of course Ansol is vaping. Cunt.
Otherwise, you would know that the
media.
Biden administration was lying to you the whole time, bro. How about a cut from the hill? How about a cut from the hill?
All right, I'm gonna let you guys finish this out for 20 more seconds, and then we're gonna move on.
Gibbs, can you give us a different link? Gibbs,
I'll
give
give
us
you
a
all
link
sorts
that
of
gives
links.
us.
Hold on.
Facebook link that shows what you're talking
I'll
about.
send you a literal
Can you
video
give us a
clip. It's a
non-Facebook
guy
link?
from
Can you
Sky
give us a
News breaking it down.
non-Facebook link
Here's
that
a-
shows-
Bring it back.
I just posted another link.
Amazing moderation going on here. All of the power of the fucking supply teacher banging the desk and everyone just ignoring them.
12-year-old cousin.
You actually want to talk about policy?
This is like Biden derangement
Do you
syndrome.
guys actually
Jesus
want policy
fucking
from a
Christ.
conservative perspective?
Okay.
Do you guys actually want policy from a conservative perspective? Because this is the policy from a
Yes, that's what we
conservative
came here
perspective.
for.
So here it is.
All right.
Here it is. I'll lay it out in plain English for you.
Phil, you're so right. Jesus has realised that crucifixion thing it wasn't worth it. Fuck it, let him die. I don't care.
Okay, so what it is clearly is that the Biden administration is going to outspend Trump, and Trump outspend the previous 45 presidents before him. Or
if you are a human and have a phone, you can help save us from suffering and war in Gaza.
I feel bad for skipping Gaza
It's
adverts,
ridiculous
but
how
like, that's now 7 in 22. Okay. I'm going to carry on doing this out of like spite or just I don't know. I don't know what it is anymore. I feel like compunction. I have to fucking do it.
much this government is spending for no efficient purpose. The bureaucracy is broken and overspending like crazy, and this money that you guys are like, oh, this CHIP Act got passed, oh, this act got passed, it is useless from the conservative perspective because you are overspending by 10
This, okay, even for a hippy dippy, this is fucking ludicrous. And look at the moderator, he's just smiling like a fucking chimpanzee who doesn't understand what's happening around them. They're just happy for the noise, you know? Fucking Christ almighty, a guy dressed as Jesus shouting about government overspending. What is this timeline? What is it, and how can I get off? How can I stop this? Just all of this.
It was just in a marketing policy. Talk about the policy.
The policy is overspending 10 to 100% because you're in a fucking bureaucracy that's fucking broken.
We're both.
No, it's not. I'm counting the ad breaks rather than the individual adverts. So it's 7 mid-roll ad breaks in 22 minutes.
Is this, and I can be loud too. Talk about the goddamn policy.
All you've been is loud.
Policy is overspending. Can you not hear?
But guess what?
I need to yell for you to hear it. I'm being yelled at because you guys all have a fucking daddy kid.
All right. 10 more seconds. 10 more
it.
seconds of this. Hey,
bless your heart.
Why are you having any more seconds of this? Don't do 10 more. Don't do any more seconds. Stop it. You're the moderator.
I want to say another thing. Y'all talk about facts. Right here, I just posted another one. Y'all have been willing to sit here and like say the Republicans are lying. That's what I heard from several people just now. Well, all right, y'all didn't have an issue with the lies coming out of the Biden administration when I heard all this talk about the jobs. Here, I posted a link since y'all didn't like a literal video clip. Since oh no, Facebook's for boomers. Wow, good one, bro. I know you get your news from TikTok. Cool story.
Yeah.
But listen, I gotta say,
okay, hold on. Time. Oh, everybody quiet.
I posted a link from the Hill, and it literally is talking about how the Biden administration misrepresented what jobs growth
From the Hill. Okay, cool.
was. This is what's been happening every time. They'll say one thing, and then everybody's like, hey, what's this? That doesn't really make sense. And then it'll turn out later, it's not what they said at all. They're like, oh, there's no crisis at the border. Massive crisis. Oh, we have so much job growth. The job growth doesn't match that. Oh, guess what? All these things are good. Prices at the economy at the grocery store, fantastic. Milk is $50. It's bullshit, and we
Milk is $50. Yeah, okay.
Oh no! And y'all have been lying to us the whole time. Biden don't got dementia. He looks like the Crypt Keeper. Like, come on, bro. Like, what is it? What is the truth? You tell me. You don't even know.
All right, hold on. I want to hear some responses to that from two people who haven't talked yet.
Take the nomination away from him. He's clearly not capable.
All right, let's get a response to that from Nino and Media Witch.
Okay, so really quick.
Hold up.
I just wanted to like ask
anyway?
you. I wanted to ask you, hippie or Mr. Flower Crown Jesus. Sorry. So you said that this is all. Sorry, I'm not trying to.
I'm calm down now. You're good.
Yeah. Okay. So you said this is all bureaucracy. You can't see like what all this money is going into. Here's like an example. When it comes to the infrastructure. Huh?
It's like 80% administration, 20% work.
More than $400 billion in projects has been announced, covering 40,000 projects in more than 4,500 communities in all 50 states, plus the District of Columbia and Native American tribal areas. This guy that's talking about this has traveled to personally.
So is he just a stenographer for the Biden people now? Because like he was always a kind of a shit lib or whatever. So is Sonsol literally just like a Democrat shill guy now? Don't tell me he's on that fucking progressive... Was it Progressive Voice or whatever the fuck it's called? That thing? Where they like pay influencers to do little videos and stuff? The one that... Did Destiny get kicked out from it or something? I can't remember.
To 130 cities, towns, and communities impacted by the law, logging more than 110,000 miles. Do you think that all of this is just an administrative bloat, or do you think that maybe these things are actually getting built when it comes to the infrastructure plan?
Progressive victory, that was it. Progressive victory.
Let's like dial in onto one fucking
sure.
thing.
I think the valid critique from the conservative perspective is that we're overpaying for it, and if we did this through a marketplace, I'm not gonna say a marketplace of ideas because that's too vague.
Yeah, we know you like markets. Yeah, capitalism. Woo. I mean, if the market could have solved it, why hasn't it?
I know. Let the market.
Where everybody is, actually.
Yeah, where's the market for like building a highway, or like a fucking bridge or whatever? What private companies are going to do this?
Knows how to put their foot into the marketplace and give their opinion, saying, "Hey,
I would agree with you because I'm a capitalist. I would agree with you because I'm a capitalist.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Every single president of my entire lifetime, I'm almost 30 fucking years old. Since Bill Clinton, all of them have said that...
You're not even 30? Wow, you look way older than 30. Like, I know I do, but I am. Jesus.
I want to help repair America's crumbling infrastructure. We have an infrastructure problem. I remember back in like 2008, we had a C+ rating average across the entire United States based off of our own infrastructure bureau. All right, the only one that was able to get it done was Biden. The free market didn't account for this because there are some places where it's just not market, like the market is not going to go in and fix a random fuck-ass bridge in the middle of rural fucking Arkansas, right? Because it's not going to benefit them in any way, right? But with the with us putting in this money,
especially with how decentralized.
Well, if it did, then why didn't they do it? If it did, then why didn't like some private company come in and try and like secure funds to do that? Because
guess what? Me and you would probably agree that monopolies aren't that efficient, and they have the same inefficiency.
Oh, this is tedious. I'm sorry, everyone. I was going to carry on because I was like, oh, maybe this will go someplace. It's rubbish. I guess being aware of this current age is one thank you. Yeah, I do look good for a British. Thank you for the backhanded compliment there. You look really good for a British guy. Thank you. I do appreciate that. It is a bit damning with faint praise, but it is also true. Living on this godforsaken fucking hell space. Yeah, I couldn't listen to it anymore, Miss Hyatt. I couldn't do it. It was just awful. Fuck me. I mean, I'm sort of glad I looked at it because then now I know I don't have to watch those anymore. I'll just stick to like watching the usual slop.
Waited all month.
Don't be. What's this?
For this. The sun? For freebies on the Voxy drop.
Shut the fuck up, you're out.
Now there's another way you can tell you're Republican. Your faith in free enterprise, faith in the resourcefulness of the American people, and faith in the U.S. economy. And to those critics who are so pessimistic about our economy, I say, don't be economic girly man.
Because girls are bad. Arnold Schwarzenegger wants you to know that girls are bad and weak and shit. Soviet Storm. Why would I watch Soviet Storm? Soviet Storm, you know, is the sweet treat we have after the greens of Tanky Tuesday. You know this. So I don't know why you're asking me whether we can have Soviet Storm when it's not the time. That needs to be an alert. Why would I have economic girly men as a fucking alert? I keep meaning to get the boom boom boom, let me hear say way or that thing that I did the other day with watching Hassan stream. That needs to be an emote. Not an emote, a you know, noise alert thing. I don't know what for. I have no idea what but there we go. Careful how you pronounce his last name, Kev. Yeah, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. Bad Empanada was rather tanky. Yeah, but it's not officially a Tanky Tuesday, is it? It's not like... This is not canon in Tanky Tuesday lore, okay? This thing was built to last. What is this? Okay, there's someone on a Tesla or something? Okay. Let's have a look. There we go. Has he got volume on it?
Over it, because this thing was built to last. So I'm literally walking on this thing right now. We're going 240 pounds.
Oh!
What do you gotta do?
Oh no!
Get up and walk over it, because this thing was built to last. So I'm literally walking on this thing right now. We're going 240 pounds. What do you gotta do?
God. No. Oh no. Why didn't he delete this? Why did he keep this video? Oh. Ouchies. Ouchies. What a fucking idiot. I mean, firstly for buying a Tesla. Lol. And then secondly for breaking his Tesla in the most ridiculous self-defeating way possible. Instead of just allowing it to stick in the rain. And like a bird to shit on it and it'll break. This thing was built to last. Oh yeah, you can literally see the crack across the top of it, yeah. Yeah, oh that's fucked. Ah well. Then he drove it and it just blew up. No, it didn't just blow up, okay? It swerved into oncoming traffic, ploughed through a family of 5, hit a wall, and then blew up. Jesus. Some people. Lying by omission much? Fun fact, when a windshield is cracked, it loses strength, and it also helps it take heat from the hit from road debris. So he's just fucked himself in the future. Yeah, basically. That's what they say you're supposed to, even if you get like a little chip on your window, you're supposed to have it taken in. And that's not just because like people who own garages need to make money. Like it legitimately does take a lot of the strength out of the mirror. Not mirror, window. Anyway, who's going on the various places? Let's send you over on Twitch to somebody, shall we? I don't know who is streaming at such an ungodly hour. Actually, it's not even that late. It's only 10. Who's going? The Young Turks are going, but I'd rather cut off my feet. Riverboat Jack is going. So I will send you over to Riverboat Jack. Thank you all. And who is going on Twitch? Presumably Riverboat Jack is also going on Twitch. That would make a lot of sense if they were. They are indeed. So I'll send you over to both of them at that and yeah, in that way. Fuck me, honestly, I have tapped out. I am on the beach, so to speak. Okay, everyone go and say hello to Riverboat Jack on both of those platforms, and stay the awesome people you are. I'll be back tomorrow. It's Thursday tomorrow, so I'll be back with, I don't know what, I don't think Question Time's back, but it might be. I don't know. Anyway, stay beautiful. Okay? No pass around.
Senator Chuck Schumer, I know you've got a lot to do on the convention floor. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Great to see you.
Anderson, back to you.
Okay, well, thanks very much. God, I interrupted you.
So I know you might see me walking in the direction of the live shot, plodding right through it, staring at the camera, then turning around and walking back in the same direction, then turning around and walking through the shot again for a third time. And you see that, and you think that this was some ridiculous, immature, intentional attempt to photobomb Chuck Schumer. And frankly, I'm offended by the mere suggestion. First of all, I'm in the media. I'm a